Welcome back, everybody. So this is King Ray, your host for Monday Reading. So we're going to begin Chapter 1 for Silver Locket. Let's get started. Wake up, big brother. Sarah came barging into my room like a bull in a china closet, causing me to wake up from a very uncomfortable dream, or to be more precise, a memory. Listen, rascal, stop barging into my bedroom uninvited, I growl from under my covers. As far as you know, I might be changing. It's a shame that all the doors in the house, except for the bathroom door, has no locks on them. Aunt Hannibal told me to wake you up because you forgot to take out the trash last night and it's almost time for you to get ready for school. She spoke so fast that you would think that she is high on caffeine. Not quite. She was diagnosed with severe ADHD at the age of 5 and refuses to take her medicine because it gives her migraines. Unfortunately, she is also allergic to all other kinds of medication for ADHD, giving us no other options. Alright. I let annoyance slip through my words. Get out so I can get dressed. And so she did. There are a couple reasons I refuse to get out of bed without a shirt on in front of others. I have a huge scar on my back that I got from my father on that unfortunate night, and I have always been self-conscious about it. I look at the scar in the mirror, and it has always reminded me why I hate my father, and my reason for never holding a fist up to another person I know is weaker than I. A weakness, perhaps? Or perhaps a blessing in disguise. The scar reaches from the top of my shoulder to the lower part of my back in the shape of a 7-pronged star, leaving only the middle of it unscarred. It looks as if I were in a fire or perhaps branded and got a 3rd-degree burn. Used to be in the past that the scar would hurt even without anybody touching it or I'm doing anything. Nowadays, I just feel a tingling sensation once in a while. After getting dressed, I headed downstairs to the dining room. For a small house, it was rather impressive looking, with a bunch of expensive Victorian furniture and a large cedar table for 8 right smack in the middle. On the table there were expensive purple crystal glassware and pure silver utensils. Our aunt has always gotten on to us when we were younger and goofed off in this room. After all of her most prized, expensive goodies were located here. The price wasn't really her worry, though, but the sentimental value of the fact that she inherited all of this from her closest friend who had died of cancer several years before we moved in, because her friend had no living relatives. In order to reach the kitchen, one must carefully travel through the dining room to go through the door in the south side of the house. Inside of a small white painted closet is where the trash can has been ever since our aunt bought this nice little abode. Hurry and take out the trash, Mark. You have school in 15 minutes. Auntie Hannibal told me as she entered the kitchen. Today she didn't have work, so she wasn't wearing her normal business suit. Instead, she was wearing Daisy Dukes and her purple tank top. If one hadn't guessed by now, purple was her favorite color. Today, her hair was loosely tied back as well when she normally has it in a French braid. Yes, ma'am, I responded and did as I told quickly. I don't normally forget things as simple as taking out the trash, but lately my mind has been sidetracked due to odd things I have been seeing as of late. Just 3 days ago on Friday, I was walking to school on my normal route. On my way, I saw a dead cat that was mauled to death as if a big dog was commanded to rip it to shreds just for sport. After school, on my way home, the corpse was no longer there. Instead of a cat with identical patterns was rolling around and purring. At first I paid no kind of attention to this, but it started to bother me last night after what I saw. I just got out of the shower and was drying off. You know how them mirrors always fog over while you're showering? Well, it didn't this time. Instead, it frosted over as if I was inside of some kind of deep freeze. Suddenly, I felt a chill run up my spine, and the floor had what looked to be snow on it. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on, so I tried to run out of the bathroom only to find out that the door was frozen shut and the knob burnt my hand when I tried touching it. From the corner of my eye, I could see a figure in the mirror, so I quickly looked to see a woman dressed in pure white. Everything about her was white. Her hair, her eyelashes, her skin. Only thing that was not white was her eyes, and they were crimson red. They pierced right through me, as if they were looking directly at my soul. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Who was she? What was she? Then I blacked out. The next time I gained consciousness was when my little sister was slapping me awake. The bathroom door was open, and the room was normal as if nothing had happened. My cousin was looming over me with a concerned look on his face. The fact that Peter is Peter in all of his existence, I will find out why very shortly. Or so I thought. For the rest of the day, I would feel chills run up my back as I waited patiently for my cousin to open his big mouth about why he was so worried about me, while the rest of the family only thought I had slipped and hit my head on the wall. Yes, they were concerned too, but his was different, and his face told me so. It was as if he knew what was going on, as if he knew about the woman in white in the room, freezing over. After school, I was too exhausted to play. Sorry guys. After school, I was too exhausted to play any sports with my friend. Yes, I go to school on Sundays for private tutorings. So instead, I headed home. That's when the chill became unbearable, and once again I passed out. The next thing I know, I wake to my cousin's face. "Whoa!" I exclaimed. "Too close! Too close!" He backed up. Sorry about that. You were out for about 15 minutes, and I didn't want to take you home to worry the folks there because of your problem." I looked around to realize that we were in the back school yard. Right next to us was the old storage unit that the sports club would keep their items in. Why didn't you call the ambulance? If there is something wrong with me, I need to get it checked out before I really hurt myself. It's not something that normal people can help you with. He mumbled so low I could barely hear what he had to say. For the rest of the day, I couldn't get him to open his big mouth again, no matter how much I pestered him. Luckily, this time, on my way to school, there was nothing odd going on that could cause me to think I might be going crazy. Who am I kidding? I'm totally freaking out. The world around me looks as if it was thrown into the pits of Tartarus and spit back out. Looking around, all I see is destruction everywhere. Brimstone and fire covering the streets as bodies lie across the fields of grave, and wretched rabid dogs with red eyes and decaying flesh eating at their corpses. The tallest building in the middle of the city stands tall, while a growth of flesh devours its exterior, reminding me of a stomach digesting its food. I quickly looked behind me to see what has become of my house. It was in shambles, with chunks of flesh hanging off of its burnt frame and crows pecking at the rotting meat. My stomach churned. What the heck had happened, and what did happen? I couldn't take any more. Falling to my knees, I yell as I feel weight pressuring me. The world starts spinning and my ears ringing, causing me to panic even more so. I could feel something sticky and warm oozing out of my nose. It was blood. Not only was my nose bleeding, but so was my ears and eyes. What is this happening? Then I blacked out, only to wake a few seconds later with a splitting headache and Peter standing over me with his hand on his forehead and the other one reaching out to me. You have a hard head, he told me as I took his hand. Wait, what just happened? I asked, confused as of what is going on. I headbutted you because you were warning your sister, he told me as he pointed to her standing behind me with her hands on her mouth and a look of surprise. Let's go to school now. I know he's hiding something. And I will find out today. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a big fat like. Hug that like so tight that it explodes. Let's try to get maybe 15 likes to start out with. Let's see here. If you guys have any suggestions for any of the following episodes, please leave your suggestions, what you would like in the background. I mean, not the background, but the comments below. Leave it in the background, people. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for coming and watching.